Hello and welcome to ASMR Scratch Out. Please like, subscribe, share and comment to help the channel grow, and I hope you enjoy this video. We are filming here on the morning of Thursday, February the 19th. I have to think about that. And it is, the weather today is not great. It's quite dark out here. I think it's going to stay dry. I just hope it is. I have to go out this afternoon. My eldest has the class assembly, which is basically like a little play or a performance, and I have to go watch it, which is fine. But to get a seat at the front, I have to be there quite early, which is less fun because I have to stand in line and queue up. I don't know. I mean, it starts at 2:45, and I'm going to try and be there by 2:15. That's half an hour. I know that realistically, you're probably only standing out there for like 20 minutes. But I have to be there because if I'm not, I won't be in the front row. And it's important to be in the front row. Certainly, she would. So I'm going to do it. And it's been quite a few weeks since I last filmed. I'm really going to have to try and make an effort to get back into a regular filming schedule because I used to film every other week. Then I was uploading 2 videos a week. I could probably get back to doing that. Except maybe on school holidays, so I don't really have videos. But yeah, I probably should be filming like every other week, really. To keep my voice so it gets less confusing. I think given that I'm filming today because I'm not sure how much space I've got in the cloud for these videos, I'm doing probably a second video tomorrow, which will be Friday the 20th. So I've been up to, I did have that steroid injection into my foot, and I think it's working. I haven't noticed a reduction in pain over the last few days. 2 weeks to months I had it done, and the actual experience was not very pleasant. I'd actually got in on Wednesday to be told that actually the arthritis in my foot, which was told was moderate, should actually be classified as severe, which, yeah, I wasn't surprised that it was. I was surprised that whoever had taken a look at my x-rays had like totally downplayed it and made it seem like it wasn't as bad as it was. So anyway, they came in, and I'm expecting a waiting list of weeks or months because that's how the NHS works these days, or doesn't work, depending on your opinion. But she was like, oh yeah, there's no waiting list at the moment, so we can just get you straight in. By straight, like Friday, so 48 hours later. Excuse me, so I didn't really have any time to think about it. I was just like, yeah, okay, I'll go for it. I was lucky that my partner's mum was able to come down to pick the kids up from school because I was told you're not supposed to do anything for 48 hours. You're supposed to stay indoors, which was awful. I hated every second of it. I'm a terrible patient. I hate being stuck indoors. I don't have to be. But anyway, so I read the month about it. She didn't sound supremely confident about whether or not they could do it because it's severe. There's not much space left between the joints. It's pretty much bone. Which is horrible, but just put that out there. What surprised me the most was that there was no pain relief on offer. And I was feeling a bit nervous because I was thinking, hang on a sec, so you're telling me that you're going to stick a needle between the bones in my toe and you're not going to offer me so much as like a numbing cream to numb the area. And I get it, the NHS likes things that are cheap, fast and efficient, and providing people with pain relief. Not cheap, not fast, not efficient. So if they were to provide me with, let's say, a local anesthetic injection, so cheap because they have to pay for the cost of the anesthetic checks. So I was quite perturbed. Especially when I went for the appointment because this is like a Friday afternoon. And there were two people there, and one of them, and they're saying like, "Oh, we've looked at your X-ray, and we're not sure whether we can do it or not, but we're going to give it a go." And as I say, they're injecting a steroid substance between the bones of my toe, and they're like, "Yeah, we're just going to give it a go," and it doesn't exactly fill you with confidence. I'm lying, and I'm thinking, "Oh, okay." So you're not sure whether you can do it or not, and it may cause me excruciating pain while you find out whether or not you can do it. But that's cool. Like, that's just cool. Yeah, we're just gonna do that. Obviously they could do it, but if they hadn't have done it, the alternative would have been to I mean, they could still do it, but it would have to take place in a clinical setting like a hospital, because they would have to do it via ultrasound, like ultrasound guided, which would be more costly, more time consuming, and presumably they would actually offer you adequate pain relief. So the first option the NHS will always do is cheapest, fastest, and most efficient. And only when they can't get away with that, they move to the more expensive / better option. So anyway, so I'm late there. It's on the second floor of a GP surgery, and I'm just laid there on a table, if you will. Take my sock off, and then I have to basically manipulate until they're looking for that joint space. So that was a bit nice. They're stretching out your foot, and I want to know if it hurt it hurt going in. It hurt when they were injecting the substance into my toe because of the battery acid, and it hurt for quite a while afterwards. And it also made me feel a bit woozy, so I had to lay there for I had to wait for a little bit of time anyway before you could go, just to make sure I was pretty woozy. Just a sec. Hi, sorry about that. I think our internet's gone off. That was my partner going downstairs. He didn't realise that I was filming him. I told him I was filming this morning. Anyway, so yeah, I need to know my off. I'm not really concerned at the moment. I don't need the internet to do this. Anyway, so yeah, it was very painful. And I laid there. My mum came with me, and my mum loves to insert herself into situations, especially clinical ones, because decades ago she used to be a nurse. So I'm laid there feeling sickly, and my mum's just like chatting away to these nurses about stuff. And she likes to also show me that she's like, I have to find it humorous even though I find it desperately embarrassing. Because I'm like a 47-year-old just age myself there. And my mum's like, oh yeah, well, she's terrible with pain. She's like this, she's that. And I'm like, just go away. Just like inject my face. I can't live with this humiliation anymore. So I wanted to get out as soon as possible because I can't listen to my mum bang on about where she's going on holidays this year. They'll just talk about the holidays. I'm just laying there. So as soon as I can, probably a little bit soon, I get my sock and shoe back on. I don't really tie the laces. We sit in the reception area for a few minutes, and then I think I get back just as my collar for the sake of argument. We're not married. And honestly, I did really well because I couldn't go out and check people. As I said, was I couldn't go out. I found it really stressful just not being able to go anywhere. And what I know, obviously, I was supposed to be off the movie to allow the injection to work, and I wasn't. I was just pottering around the house. I can't deny that I wasn't. It was a very different matter to put my shoes on for the first week and a half. I didn't find it very painful this Monday. It was really variable. my foot the whole way around the shop that we go to, just really painful. And I was like, yeah. So it's been hit and miss, but it seems to be my hit and miss the past day or two, so I'm cautiously optimistic. I have to really think about it. And then I don't know, I'm very discharge happy in the NHS. They like you to disappear off the list, but obviously if I go to need these injections, because you can have them done, I think something like 2 or 3 times a year, there's a limit down to you get them done because there are side effects not only to the procedure but to the steroids themselves. So they're like, oh, it makes your immune system a little bit less effective, so you might actually get your day a bit older. And that's kind of a big deal in the house where you can get because they pick up a lot of illnesses. Do they know? Even boys have a cold. And I did have one prior to the injections, and I feel like it's even made a resurgence, or I got a completely different one because I feel like super stuffy this week as well. I always seem to get head colds. So much coughs per se, touch wood, but definitely head colds, like sinuses, that kind of stuff. So that happens. And obviously there's a risk to the procedure itself, that they can bleed a lot if they miss the mark, and they can break blood vessels, and I don't know. You can get an infection from the needle, etc., etc. And there's also much rare complications. So they can basically damage a nerve, which is permanent. That's nice. They can damage a nerve, or in extremely rare cases, it can trigger an overreaction in the body's pain system that leads to some kind of idiopathic long-term. I forget the correct. It's something to do with neuropathy, I think. I forget the exact term, but it's your body overreacts to pain signals, and then once it does it keeps on doing it. So I've heard of it. It's hideous. So that can happen, and presumably, because it's not a cure, it's a delay tactic, essentially, is an effective one to delay surgery, which I really don't want to have. Not because I don't want to be free of pain, but because I believe that what the NHS's gold standard currently is will be superseded. At the moment, they will fuse your bones together, which is obviously irreversible, or in some cases, they will remove the bone altogether, which I read about the called joint replacement. I actually did a deep dive into it. It isn't. They remove the part of the bone altogether. It's a tongue spacer that's made of silicone. Obviously, that wears out faster. So they don't really want to do it for people that are still living a very active life, which was what I would hope to do if I had an effective treatment. However, they are currently trialing the efficacy of things like cartilage implants. There's at least one drug I've heard of, and I probably mentioned this before, so apologies if I have, that's looking at FDA approval, and that partly removes the cartilage. So I really don't want that my bone flakes together, and then in 2 or 3 years from now, the NHS says, yeah, actually, we've decided cartilage implants are where it's at. And you're like, damn. Okay,